How's it going, Doc Justice and the J Team? We are doing some comic book reviews. This is books I picked up last week, and I'm going to tell you about them because I read them. All right, we got Captain Marvel number 9, Wonder Woman number 76, Ironheart number 9. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 9. Fantastic Four number 13 or 658. And Amazing Spider-Man number 27 or 828. Now, let's start with Captain Marvel, shall we? I'm going to review all of Marvel's 9s this week, right in a row. Because Marvel keeps renumbering their books at the same time. So, alright. Last we met Carol, she had been losing her powers. They were been inconsistent. This is part 2 of Falling Star by Kelly Thompson and Carmine Canero. And, okay, she has been dismissed from the military, and she is stepping down as the leader of Alpha Flight, which I think is probably a good idea, because within the comics, I felt like it kind of limited the character, putting her in charge of Alpha Flight. Basically, it was kind of a team book in a way that I don't know if it just worked for the series. All right, which is great. She's stepping down, and she's putting, I think that's Brand, in charge of it, which is fine. She should have been in charge anyway. She and Rhodey decide to go investigating because they talked to, let's see, Dr. Minerva, who was offering Captain Marvel a deal. So she's like checking out. She instantly suspects that she's been behind like all the shit that's been plaguing her. Meanwhile, Tony Stark and Jessica Drew are analyzing footage. They actually, when Jessica Drew brought She-Hulk over to like do a sparring match to cheer up Carol, it actually had a secondary purpose. They actually filmed her fighting She-Hulk to kind of like see if they could analyze what's going on with her. They can only find out so much, so they try to call her in. But meanwhile, her and Rhodey, God, these pages are beautiful. Canero, I haven't seen Canero's work before, but I'm really loving the work she's putting into this series. And then, of course, Star shows up again from the previous issue, mysteriously out of nowhere, and Iron Man as well. He's able to amazingly talk Carol into showing up to conduct some tests. Meanwhile, while they're doing that, Carol takes Spider-Woman back home to show her, like, the Captain Marvel cave, essentially. That's part of what she was doing while she was taking a break during the Life of Captain Marvel miniseries. That's kind of awesome. And I love how she has her logo up on the screen as a screensaver. Anyway, she's thinking, okay, look, I'm tired of this Minerva causing me all these problems, and surprise, it wasn't Minerva. She may be, like, dead, or at least comatose and not feeling very good. Somebody else behind her troubles. Really good. Holy crap, this is a really good arc so far. 2 issues in, I'm very excited about it. 5 out of 5 Ram chips. I'm very curious about this mystery of who's plaguing her. The Star has to be connected to it. Either the actual person in disguise as a new hero, or working for that hero. Whatever. Really good storyline so far. Alright, now, number 9 over at Miles Morales Spider-Man. And this is by Saladin Ahmed and, let's see, Javier Garin. Alright, Miles, as you remember from the previous issue, was kidnapped and being tortured and studied and analyzed by these horrible guys. Meanwhile, his parents, who know he's Spider-Man, hook up with his Uncle Aaron and try and figure out, like, where he's been. He's been gone for 3 days. They know this is a problem. They're kind of quietly panicking. See, Miles' mom is not a fan of his uncle, and they kind of create a bit of a uneasy alliance. Let's see. Aaron and his dad go to like deal with these kind of like unscrupulous weapons people, and Aaron needs a suit, and he doesn't have the money, so he agrees, I'll do jobs for you if you give me the suit so I can do what I need to do. And it's the Prowler Suit, and this is a nice, cool new version of the Prowler Suit. Has some similarities to like the Spider-Verse version, which of course you knew it would. But it looks really good. I always dig the Prowler setup and stuff like that. They go on whale on these guys once they figure out, you know, where he is. And a pretty heart-wrenching moment where he's able to like, you know, they're able to rescue Miles, and the three of them take on that like blue guardian teleporting thing. But you know, they don't really necessarily beat him, but the people in charge go, okay, you know what, this is not worth it. We're done. We got what we need. Let him go. And they were able to escape getting Miles out of there. And essentially we get a nice reunion here. Boy, this is really great. Okay, this 3-issue arc was really great. It did a lot of story building here. Like, who are these guys who kidnapped and studied Miles? What are their purposes? Hey, Aaron and Miles' family have a better connection, a better bond. And also, Aaron agreed to do stuff in the future that might be not cool. So, oh boy, this is a really good one. I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 Ram Chips. Really enjoyed this one a lot. Excellent issue. And next issue is their big 250th issue anniversary with issue 10. 10? Just stop renumbering. All right. So let's go to issue 9, and this is an issue 9 that is not a previous legacy run. This is just the 9th issue of all time of Ironheart, and this is from Eve Ewing and Lacanio Vetko. Pardon me if I mispronounced that name. Vetico, maybe? By the way, Lacanio, I love the artwork in this. It's absolutely crisp and clean and beautiful and really pops. Gorgeous looking pages. Let's see. Riri is on a mystery, trying to figure out some magical, mystical stuff that she's not really an expert on, connected to the Ten Rings guys. She goes to Doctor Strange, and through Doctor Strange she figures out that her next step is to go to Wakanda, and of course that's where she meets Suri. They don't get along quite well at first because Riri is Riri, and also she's kind of a working class person, and Shuri is like a princess, so they instantly start butting heads. But hey, an incident happens. Let's see, kind of the shadow-like monsters that show up from the previous stories show up. They team up, and a really cool battle sequences to take them on. And excuse me. Okay. See, a better YouTuber would just edit out the parts where they almost sneeze, but I'm not one of those guys. All right. Where were we? Of course, they were like really bitching at each other, really mad at each other, but they come together to fight these monsters, and there is a little girl who is trapped under the rubble. They were able to save her, and actually one of the sweetest moment in the issue is the little girl in Wakanda asks Suri a question, and she smiles and answers, and then, you know, they go take her, and Riri asks her, what did she say to you? And she said, she asked if you were my sister, and I said yes. It's like, that's really sweet. I really like that. This is a really cool combination. Of course, we're leading on to the next chapter with this storyline, but I really, really like the combination of these two. And of course, in classic action movie flair, they didn't get along, but circumstances put them together. Now they're getting along, and like I don't know. I like this a lot. I could go for these two partnering up a bit more in the future. Really cool. I enjoyed this a lot. 5 out of 5 ram chips. All right, let's see. Let's go to Wonder Woman 76 and big reunition issue. This is from G. Willow Wilson and Lee Garbett. And hey, Diana's back on Themyscira, and she's able to see her mom again. Let's see. The waitress that's been working with her decides to stay because, like, hey, this is really good. I don't know what the hell I'm doing out there. I'm gonna stay here. She's able to create a connection between Themyscira and the rest of the world again. So she uses that to bring, let's see, Veronica Kane and back to the island and reunite her with her daughter. It's really beautiful. There's a lot of great writing here. Particular Kane, when she finds out that Diana's going to take her to see her daughter, she has this wonderful, very human moment of like wanting to get her daughter's stuff. Like, okay, like, oh, what's that stupid crap she likes? Okay, let me get this. Let me get. Let's see. How's the weather there? I need to get. Like she's kind of like doing that very human panicking stuff. For a person who's usually kind of like a monster, that is a really sweet, touching, like beautifully written like panel. And like she even like still tells Diana like we're still enemies. It's like fine, okay, we're enemies. You want to see your daughter, you dummy. And it ends with a horrifying cliffhanger where apparently Cheetah may have killed Aphrodite. Maybe it is a cliffhanger, so we'll see. Although the next issue is called Love is Dead, so I don't know. That doesn't look too good for her. Excellent issue. This probably may be kind of like the official like end of this arc that she's been running. Loved it a lot. 5 out of 5 ram chips. All right, and let's move on to Fantastic Four number 13 or 658. And this is part 2 of that really slamming story where Ben Grimm takes Alicia out to get a honeymoon. Hey, the timing's great because he's about to revert to human for at least a day or two, and they'll have some regular people sex fun. And the Hulk shows up, and the Hulk is like the immortal Hulk, and the Hulk that's the immortal Hulk is being controlled by the puppet master, Alicia's dad. He wants to kill Ben, like right now, dead. And of course, during their fight, a bunch of people get trapped under some rubble, which is a really cool sequence where Alicia is able to lead the survivors out of the area because of her like the way she kind of like navigates herself because she's blind actually helps them in this situation. So that's really cool. Ben is doing his best to get through to Hulk during this fight as he's kind of disintegrating. His thing shell is like coming apart as he's like fighting the Hulk, who has never been more powerful than he's ever been. So not a good day for him. But holy crap, does this fight end amazingly. Love Ben Grimm in this story. I won't really give so much away at the end, but let's see. It is tight. Dialogue's great. The ending is pretty horrifying. Of course, matching up with the way the Hulk is now, because he's not too happy about what Pepper Master did to him. So, bad day for him, I guess. Great. I am in love with the new Fantastic Four series from Dan Slott. If you haven't picked it up, I definitely recommend picking these issues up. It's really great work. 5 out of 5 ram chips. Now, let's end at The Amazing Spider-Man 27 by Nick Spencer and an artist I'm not familiar with. Kev Walker. And I've not seen Kev Walker's work before, but it's really good. I'm kind of digging the faces, the details. Let's see. He didn't half-ass it. He went all the way. I don't know if some of these like guest artists are fill-in at the last minute or not. He's not. His stuff is really solid, really strong. Okay, essentially, Boomerang is helping Peter Parker and May at a homeless center, and that's when the Syndicate shows up. It's an it's all female supervillain team led by the new Beetle. The new Electro shows up. It also has like White Rabbit, Lady Octopus, and the Scorpion. They are really pissed at Boomerang, so they go attack him. They each have like their own kind of like essential like agendas for revenge. You know, specifically Beetle and Electro. Although 3 of them are just mad because he's basically been a creep to them in the past. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Spider-Man does his best, and let's see. This is a really nice fight sequence. Of course, stupid Boomerang is the one who takes out Peter Parker by accident, and they're able to kidnap him. Of course, Peter realizes, like, hey, I might still have my tracker on him. I put that on him a week ago, although maybe he may have cleaned his suit. Oh, wait, I'm talking about Boomerang. Nah, he didn't clean it. This tracker's still there. So he realizes he can continue to try and find him. But, like, what are they going to do with them? They each have their own little agendas, and it seems like they work together very well. I don't want to give away the last page, but the last page is pretty rocking. I really enjoyed that. There's some really good, like, strong last page cliffhangers this week. I just really dug this. I like the way the Syndicate works together. So much so that I kind of would be cool if this super villain team stuck around for a while and became like a standard, one of the standard super villain teams you see. Let's see. It's interesting to see Lady Octopus here. Now, I'm a big fan of Liv Octavius from the Spider-Verse movie, and she has a bit more of that kind of look going on. Not total, like she still kind of looks like her from previous incarnations, but she's kind of mimicking her a little bit more. I would love to see Liv Octavius show up in the Marvel Universe and become the new Dr. Octopus. We already have that, so I don't know if we could like replace her with Liv or kind of retrofit her into Liv. I don't know, whichever. Either answer is good for me. I don't care really. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. 5 out of 5 Ram chips. Good as always. Amazing Spider-Man. And what is my favorite comic of the week, you might ask? I'm going to go with Captain Marvel. 2 months in a row, excellent storytelling. I'm really invested in this mystery as to who's kind of like behind the scenes attacking Carol, as well as trying to affect her powers. Really good, solid storyline. If you kind of like drifted off Captain Marvel in the last year or two, time to get back on. Kelly Thompson is legit. 5 out of 5 Ram chips. Thank you very much. That's it for now. So I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook. You can follow The Real Manos on Facebook, and also I'm on Instagram. And you can support this fantastic channel on Patreon for starting at just $1 a month. All right, now really seriously going. I gotta go get some dinner. Push the button, Lindsay.
They don't play the song on the radio. They don't show that it's on the radio. They don't know that we are the media. They don't know that we start the media. Eyes don't want to see what I'm making you. I see a bit seat and I'm shaking you. Walking down the street, I'm the lady.